Summary of 12. My name is Hansen the representative.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life, that's what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life, that's what I live, you know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads,
we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to Truth FM 96.1.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a welcome manner, we'll keep your better.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
A pleasant good evening. Welcome to News Desk, 45 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department. My name is Maka Davis, anchoring this presentation. Today is Thursday, September 19, 2024. And this news program is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. In the top stories we are following tonight, President Joseph Boakai declares this Saturday, September 21, as International Day of Peace to be observed as a working holiday, calls on government authorities to join the new African Research and Development Agency in commemorating the day. Recent graduation of teenagers from the Sandy Butch in Margibi and Nimba counties sparks huge public condemnation as citizens called on the government to permanently ban female genital mutilation in the country. Government of Liberia sharply reacts to NEMO's latest President Mita report indicating that President Boakai has so far fulfilled 3 of his 119 campaign promises. Says the report is only intended to tarnish the image of the administration. And of the home front, Gabon's deposed President Ali Bongo announces his retirement from politics a year after he was overthrown in a military coup, according to the BBC. The details of these developments, including the bulletin of news, voices of the newsmakers, sports, are all part of this presentation of News Desk. We're taking a short break to be back.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph
celebrated on September 21st every year to promote peace, nonviolence, and sustainable development. The observance of the day will also include a call for a global ceasefire in situations of conflict and violence in order to enhance the culture of peace and stability. President Joseph Boakai, in the proclamation, urged all citizens, governments, ministries, autonomous agencies, civil society organizations, and private businesses, schools and colleges, places of worship, individual within the borders to join the new African Research and Development Agency to plan and implement appropriate programs befitting the occasion. The release further states that Liberia, which is a signatory to the charter establishing the United Nations on October 24, 1945, with the mandate to serve future generations for the scourge of war and promoting peace, has benefited from the peacekeeping mission of the world body, which has the necessary conditions for sustainable development and economic prosperity. In another development, President Boakai has sent a message of congratulations to Mariam Dibono, President of the Republic of Malta, on the country's National Day this Saturday, September 20th. The National Day in Malta occurs on September 21st, commemorating the day in 1964 when Malta officially gained its full independence from Great Britain. According to a Foreign Ministry release, President Boakai, in his message to the Maltese counterparts, expressed delight and extended heartfelt congratulations to the government and people of the Republic of Malta. President Boakai also said National Day celebration of the people of Malta marks a remarkable joining for their rich history to their status as a vibrant and resilient nation. While hailing the ties between the two countries, President Boakai acknowledged that Liberia cherishes the bond that both countries share, thus expressing continuous cooperation. The recent graduation of teenagers from the Sandy Bush in Maigibi and Nimba County has sparked out huge public condemnation in Liberia. Many citizens are calling on government to end harmful traditional practices in the country, including female genital mutilation, FGM. During the Truth Breakfast show on Thursday morning, several callers condemned the ceremonies, expressing concern for the health of the teenagers and future implications on their lives. The practice of FGM has been banned in some parts of the country. However, on September 14 and 15, 2024, traditional women held ceremonies to unveil girls, including babies from the Sandy Bush, facilitating their reintegration into society. The decision to carry on such act was condemned by the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection on Wednesday, September 18, 2024. The decision to carry on was condemned by the Ministry of Gender. The debate over the future of the Sandy Bush tradition continues in every corridor of Liberia. The Liberian government has sharply reacted to Nemo's Partner for Democratic Development latest President Mito reports indicating that President Boakai has so far fulfilled 3.55% of his campaign promises. Nemo said out of 119 promises, the government has fulfilled only 3. 70 are ongoing, while 17 have not started and 29 not rated because no government action has been taken. The government has spent 8 months in office. Speaking Thursday at the Ministry of Information regular press briefing, Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs Daniel Sandu said the recent report is only intended to tarnish the image of the government. Sandu termed as false and misleading the information released by Nemot that President Boakai has only fulfilled 3% of 119 promises. According to the Deputy Information Minister, Nemot is proceeding wrongly because President Boakai did not make such promises as was reported. The Liberia Agency for Community Empowerment, LAID, has announced the bidding process for over 300 legislative support projects across Liberia. It can be recalled that laced through a team of engineers recently conducted a tour of 300 legislative projects embarked by the lawmakers in consultation with their constituents and captured in the budget. In an interview Thursday on state radio, LACE Executive Director Julius Selly revealed that the project include the construction of schools, clinics, rehabilitation, and constructions of roads, among others. According to him, the over 11 million United States dollars worth project, when completed, will ease citizens' desire for better social service in the rural area. He meanwhile disclosed that the bidding process is now open to the public, thus calling on Liberian-owned construction companies to take advantage of the ongoing process. Some participants of a two-day pandemic preparedness and response training have lauded the organization for the opportunity provided them. Youth Network for Positive Change, with support from donors partners, have kicked out a two-day training aimed at increasing the capacity of communities on pandemic preparedness and response. The training is organized by UNIPO Africa, that's Africa Coalition on Tuberculosis Act, that's ACT for short, with sponsorship from the Global Fund. Speaking when the start of the training, Youth Network for Positive Change Executive Director Leo Ted said that despite Liberia's experiences with Ebola and COVID-19, communities have limited access to information and are excluded in pandemic preparedness and response decision making. Ambassador Ted noted that with these challenges, the impact the country's preparedness and response system, the Cooper Youth Project, was designed to enhance community and institution capacity on HIV, tuberculosis, and malaria. A member of the House of Representatives has called on plenary intervention into why 7 cabinet ministry positions are still vacant. Nimba County District 2 Representative Jan Flomer said, following his observation, he has written plenary to intervene and ensure that the executive complies in line with the House oversight power. According to Representative Flomo, his communication is intended to give citizens the exclusive right to make informed decisions and recommendations to the government they voted in power. The Nimba County lawmaker said his communication is in line with Article 5 A and C of the Liberian Constitution. Representative Jan Flomo presented his communication to plenary on Thursday. Firestone Liberia has reversed its decision against about 200 students who were denied enrollment into the Firestone Senior High School because of age limit policy. The students are now expected to begin school on Monday for the 2024-2025 school year. It follows several hours of talk held on Wednesday between the management and the Firestone Workers Union FAU. At the discussion, key sticker issues were trashed out, and the Firestone management accepted recommendations for employees' children who were denied enrollment into the school system to have readmission. With these, it means that 10th and 11th graders who were rejected on grounds that they are 21 years old are now qualified to attend Firestone school system. Speaking after the meeting, FAU President Rodinek Bongoli said the age limit policy only talks about ID card renewal and not educational denial, noting that it was a misstep on the part of the Firestone management. A man identified as Nathaniel Ward is seeking the prosecution of his Edwina Jatsu Morgan for allegedly trafficking his son to the United States without his consent. Ward's action, according to RCI judicial correspondent, led to a raise of arrest from the Pittsville Magistrate Court for his lover, Miss Morgan. She was arrested and charged for trafficking in person violation of Chapter 14, Section 14.53 of the Penal Law of Liberia. But due to lack of jurisdiction by the magisterial court, Magistrate Willie Segi has transferred the case to Criminal Court A for litigation. Criminal Court A resident George Roosevelt Willie on Thursday confirmed that his court has taken siege of the matter. Our judiciary correspondent further said that the suspect, Edwina Jatu Morgan, risks being indicted by state prosecutors in days through the Grand of Mosurado County. The Traditional Justice Working Group of Liberia has expressed The Transitional Justice Group of Liberia has expressed serious concern about the transparency and integrity of the committee announced recently to vet the executive director for the Office of the War and Economic Crimes Court in Liberia. The group said it observes that as the head and oldest national non-governmental organization which champions the cause of transitional justice in Liberia since 2003, its intentional exclusion from the vetting committees calls to question the transparency and integrity of the entire vetting process. In a release issued on Thursday, the group maintained that while it appreciates the contributions of some civil society human rights actors to the fight for the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court, neither of these actions are associated with any national NGO focused on transitional justice in entirety as instructed by the President. The Transitional Justice Working Group is meanwhile calling on Justice Minister Oswald Tuere to ensure that as the registered national consultant on NGOs, which set the framework for transitional justice in Liberia in 2024, the TJWG forms part of the vetting committee. The release quoted the group as saying it will be forced to take advantage of available legal and administrative options to address the concerns if the Ministry of Justice fails. Residents of Buchanan, Grand Bassa County have expressed growing frustration over the overcrowding in public schools, which has worsened since the Ministry of Education mandated reduction in fees ahead of the new school year. The Grand Bassa County citizens described the overcrowdedness of the school as harmful to the learning environment in the region. They say students are often seen standing in doorways or sitting on the floor due to limited seating capacity. The resident added that families have been asked by public schools to buy chairs for their children before they can be registered. They are calling on the Bwaka administration to provide the necessary support, including armchairs, to alleviate the situation and ensure a conducive learning environment for all students. And away from Liberia, Gabon's the post president Ali Bongo has announced he will quit politics a year after he was toppled from power by a military coup. The BBC quotes Bongo as saying in a letter to the citizens, "I will reaffirm my withdrawal from political life and the definitive renunciation of any national ambition." The 65-year-old also called on the release of his wife and son, who are in detention awaiting trial on corruption allegations. It is not clear whether his statement followed any negotiation with the military ruling or if he is hoping that by agreeing to quote politics, he will secure his family freedom. It's over to you, Maka.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM. On Ria TV, into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the flag bearer?
The flag bearer is to tell Joseph Bakala if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll keep your paper like
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Hansen Delta present.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia.
Is Saturday, September 21st, as International Day of Peace, observed as a working holiday throughout the country. Let's bring you our first development. The Liberian government has sharply reacted to the neighborhood Partner for Democratic Development's latest President Meter report, indicating that President Boakai has so far fulfilled 3% of his campaign promises. NEMOD said out of 119 promises, the government has fulfilled only 3. 70 are ongoing, while 17 have not started, and 29 not rated because no government action has been taken. The government has spent 8 months in office. But speaking Thursday at the Ministry of Information press briefing, Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs Daniel Sando said the recent report is only intended to tarnish the image of the government, termed as false and misleading the information released by NEMOD that President Boakai has only fulfilled 3 out of 119 promises.
The media headlines today, I saw report that President Boakai has fulfilled 33% of the 100 as a government would reflect that President Boakai did not make 119 promises. The president made policy and vision statements, a vision for the country, for the national. So anyone who says they are with President Boakai based on some imagining 119 promises already starting on the wrong foot. President Boakai did not make no such 119 promises, and so he cannot be held to someone else's imagination. To describe policy and vision statements as promises is misleading and deliberately deceptive. Because why somebody can be saying vital development in 8 months? That is also given your own question. The quote on the president 100 days were released. It will also have the full when the social can be managed because the account of the president will be detailed achieved by the president, you reach the government, urge them to wait for the full completion of the president. It is a intended for the country how to achieve 100. Everything that the president promised to do was already out there. Yes, the government will replace it. Challenges will have in terms of resource constraint back and forth the national budget and legislators in order to justify where they also have to be critical of what people have it. Cannot be the promises of the government and President Boakai as a person. The fact that all of these fictitious reports that this was started of Nigeria has released is just that it was the president suggest that they had
He is Deputy Information Minister for Public Affairs Daniel Sando there responding to NEMOD's President Meter report, stating that President Boakai has so far fulfilled 3 out of 119 promises made during the presidential campaign in 2023. The recent graduation of teenagers from the Sandy Buch in Margibi and Nimba counties has sparked out huge public condemnation in Liberia. Many citizens are calling on the government to end harmful traditional practices in the country, including female genital mutilation (FGM). During the Truth Breakfast show on Monday, that's Thursday morning, several callers condemned the ceremonies expressing concern for the health of the teenagers and future implications on their lives. The practice of FGM has been banned in some parts of the country. However, on September 14 and 15, 2024, traditional women held ceremonies to unveil girls, including babies, from the sandy beach, facilitating their integration into society. The debate over exactly. Well, some Liberians reacting to the recent ceremony marking the graduation of some girls, including babies from the Sandy traditional church in Nimba and Margibi County. The Liberia Agency for Community Empowerment, LACE, has announced the bidding process for over 300 legislative support projects across the country. It can be recalled, LACE, through a team of engineers, recently conducted a tour of 300 projects earmarked by the lawmakers in consultations with their constituents and captured in the national budget. In an interview Thursday on state radio, LACE Executive Director Julius Silly revealed that the projects include the construction of schools, clinics, rehabilitation, and construction of roads, among others. According to him, the over 11 million United States dollars worth projects, when completed, will ease citizens' desire for basic social services in the rural areas.
The bidding process is an outcome of a recent nationwide tour that was facilitated by LACE across the country to verify proposed projects that were submitted to us by both houses of the legislature. So we had close to 350 projects that needed to be verified. So the team that they have special mandate, they were to visit every project site. We were to engage with community leaders, community members, as well as officials or representatives of lawmakers are inside in the various counties. And at the end of the day, our PTA, our community facilitators, our press members will hire temporarily to provide us with a public information related to the legislative project. So we are back in Monrovia. The assessment visits are all over. The technicians were working around the clock to ensure that get all of the requirements.
You know, say now I get problem with you.
So,
Alright.
2 days ago, I started the publication of these projects so that we can now intervene beta. I think the bid procurement process, the actual process will start eventually without then contractors examining. Right now, but we have close to 358 projects across the country. This project includes meeting ticket comments, you circular covers most comments, significant amount of market buildings have been proposed for construction, significant amount of jobs in units, much smaller some center. We do have a lot of guest housing, a lot of administrative buildings are also being proposed, including playgrounds for children. Basically, we like to involve contact so that we're to practice first and foremost.
He Julius Sele, the executive director of the agency or Liberia Agency for Community Empowerment, lays there speaking Thursday on state radio, announcing that bidding process has opened for over 300 legislative support projects across the country. Firestone Liberia has reversed its decision against about 200 students who were denied enrollment into the Firestone Senior High School because of age limit policy. The students are now expected to begin school on Monday for the 2024-2025 school year. Speaking after the meeting, FAO President Rodonick Bongali said the age limit policy only talks about ID card renewal and not educational denial, noting that it was a misstep on the part of Firestone Liberia.
Was able to see the management of Firestone and the workers and leadership were able to reason together. Management how to accept that the children go back to school. Their fundamental right on education is being restored only because a win-win situation and the union was so happy. The student, whenever they came, we told them, we can show you you go to school. We'll not be happy to see you out of school. Don't get into any problem that we always in our approach. Continue to be more polite, and they were able to listen to all the company. We want to inform of the parents of those children who are workers, letting all the children to register. Those that were accepted, what are the classes? There are over 100 persons. The kind of tension that was being mounted upon us here. The management of Firestone, the workers' union, the civil society movement, we are all there putting ideas.
He is the president of the Firestone Workers Union of FAO, Rodonick Bongali, there speaking in an interview with RCR Lower Margibi County correspondent Edwin Ketter. We've little past the half-hour mark. It is time now we join Edwin Batafoyen for his debut presentation of on news. Good evening, Edwin.
Good evening, Maka, and good evening, everyone. Invincible 11 and commissioners will again come face-to-face at the SKD Basketball Gymnasium in Pinzio in their match of the female version of the Best Out of 5 series in the basketball. Commissioner pulled an impressive 53-32 points victory in Game 2 to tie the scores with Invincible 11 after conceding to the Sunshine Girls of RE in the first encounter with a score of 57-51 points. The two teams will represent Liberia in the upcoming FIBA Zone 3 Championship Women's Edition, making it the first time in many years for such a feat to be achieved. On Sunday, Highway Kings and Spartacus will come face-to-face in their third encounter that will determine the second division championship titles. Spartacus defeated Highway Kings in 2 straight matches in the Best Out of 5 series, with the first being on Friday last week and the second on Tuesday of this week. In First Division male category, Sesto Morgans and Matthew Barrow will battle at 7 p.m. in the third encounter of the best out of 5 series. Defending champions Matty Barrow has overpowered Sesto Morgans in 2 of the best out of 5 series in a row, paving the way for their 4th championship title should they win the 10th match this Sunday. Abigail Cryer, impressive unbeaten run in the ongoing 45th World Chess Olympic, came to an end on Thursday afternoon with a late defeat to Madagascar in round 8 of the competition. They suffered a 3-1 defeat in both men and women's section to Togo and Madagascar after previously winning participants like the Island Republic, Brazil, South Korea, Trinidad, Tobago, and Panama in the competition. The tournament is being held in Budapest, Hungary, with over 1,500 individuals in 174 countries taking part in the month-long event. Information from Budapest says that Liberia representative Cryer, who has been doing extraordinary, got battered by her tough Madagascar opponent. The acting president of Matty Barrow Sports Association, Avin Brown, has disclosed that Matty Barrow Sports Association fundraising program, slated for September 27, 2024, is intended to make the sporting institution regain its corporate status. Speaking when addressing the major press conference at the Samuel Sports Complex, Avin Brown said that the fundraiser during the induction ceremony will help re-establish the organization to its pre-war status as corporate organizations, assess their team to get prepared for the immediate league season in the country.
Most of the supporters that are into echelon of upper leadership and are willing to still support the team but don't have time to do the run around or do the bad work for the club. So those 2 goals we anticipate on having them and making sure that we can bounce back. Also, people on that are people that are inclined with experiences of how this club has been in the past, how it's going to run. Some of them come with varying backgrounds from the business and investment sector. So they've already started proposing corporate leadership and all of that, and getting us out of the pockets of people.
Meanwhile, the acting vice president for administration, Cassandra Hampton, has vowed to ensure that Matty Barrow Sports Association is rebranded to its fullest as a member of the publicity committee and rebranding team. Madam Hampton called on all of their supporters and well-wishers of the support, including moral and financial, on the 27th of September during the installation to make their goals permanent.
As part of my responsibilities here, I'm supposed to work along the media and rebranding team to ensure that Matty Barrow is branded to its fullest. And some of the activities that we intend to engage is to start up with the fundraiser and installation program. So the fundraiser and installation program is scheduled for the 27th of this month. It is going to be held at the City Hall. We are calling on all of our supporters, well-wishers, and sympathizers to give us all of the support and encouragement.
That's the voice of Madam Cassandra Hampton. Now away from Liberia, the new format of the 2024-2025 Youth Match, the one continuing with a certain results unfolding. Benfica recorded a 2-1 away victory over Kavin Zidane, while Bayer Leverkusen defeated Fernando 4-0 in Amiston, the Netherlands. Atalanta and Arsenal stay goalless after 82 minutes of action, and Italy, Atletico Madrid and RP Leipzig settled to a 1-1 draw with 79 minutes on the clock. Brest is ahead with a 2-1 advantage on Stade Grass in an 80-minute encounter. Monaco is ahead of FC Barcelona with a 2-1 lead with 82 minutes on the clock. It's back to you, Maka Davis, for the continuation of the news.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV.
Into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll keep your better.
You might say what you want to say,
to the government they voted into power.
What I say with respect to practice is based on the three cardinal principles: the right of the people to speak to the government of their choice, the right of the people to participate in government, and the right of the people that they are instituted to work for them. My communication proper is particularly focused on the right of the people to participate in government and the institution. And it is by Chapter 2 of the 1986 Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria, Articles 5A and C. Article 5 states that the nation shall aim at strengthening the national integration and unity of the people of Nigeria, regardless of ethnic, regional, or other differences, in one body policy, and the legislation to act laws promoting national unification and the encouragement of all citizens to participate in government. And Article 5C is the Republic shall take steps by appropriate legislation and executive orders to eliminate sectionalism, tribalism, and such abuses of power as the misuse of government resources, nepotism, and all other corrupt practices.
Here's Nema County District 2 Representative Nya Flomo there speaking during a press conference today in Monrovia. Residents of Buchanan in Grand Bassa County have expressed growing frustration over the overcrowding in public schools, which has worsened since the Ministry of Education mandated reduction in registration fees ahead of the new school year. The Grand Bassa County citizens described the overcrowded condition in schools as harmful to the learning environment. They said students are often seen standing in doorways or sitting on the floor due to limited sitting capacity. Well, some residents of Buchanan City in Grand Bassa County raising concerns over the overcrowdedness of classrooms in the public school. Some participants of a two-day pandemic preparedness and response training have lauded the organizers for the opportunity provided them. Youth Network for Positive Change, with support from donor partners, have kicked off a two-day training aimed at increasing the capacity of communities on pandemic preparedness and response. The training is organized by UNEP, Africa Coalition on Tuberculosis Act, with sponsorship from the Global Fund. Speaking Thursday during the start of the training, UNEPO's executive director Leo Thier said despite Liberia's experiences with Ebola and COVID-19, communities have limited access to information and are excluded in pandemic preparedness and response decision making.
Emphasis on key stakeholders who are very important to pandemic response in Liberia. As you all know, Liberia experienced both Ebola and COVID in the last 2 years. They have been updated the current crisis. The Ebola and COVID-19 was just was and we know that what these fires pandemic, the last pandemic, or the last scale of emergency. Our population continues to grow to destroy habitat as excessive agricultural practices. These risks are common forms of it's
He is the executive director of UNEPO, that is Action for Positive Change, Ambassador Leo Thier, the taking us home on this presentation of News Desk is being 45 minutes of latest development from Liberia and other parts of the world. But before we go, let's recap the top stories here tonight. President Joseph Boakai declares Saturday, September 21st, as International Day of Peace to be observed as a working holiday, calls on government authorities and civil society to join the new African Research and Development Agency in commemorating the day. Recent graduation of teenagers from Sandy Butch in Margibi and Nema counties sparks huge public condemnation as citizens called on the government to permanently ban female genital mutilation in the country. Government of Liberia sharply reacts to NEMO's latest President Meter report indicating that President Boakai has so far fulfilled 3 out of his 119 campaign promises, says the report is only intended to tarnish the image of the Liberian government. And of the home front, Gabon's deposed President Ali Bongo announces his retirement from politics a year after he was overthrown in a military coup, according to the BBC. Many thanks to all of you for your listening role. Thanks to our reporters, correspondents, and all those who helped to make this edition of News Desk a success. Nakita Roberts read for us the news bulletin. Edwin Batafoyan brought us sports tonight. John Das Cooper Sangasara control and coordinated the sounds. Maya Tobwen has been carrying us live on Real TV on Facebook. Thanks to our sponsors, Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. My name is Maka Davis. Good night.
Real TV, True FM.
Real TV, True FM.
On Real TV.
Into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Boakai if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll keep you better.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News summary of 12. My name is Hansen Derka present.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life that what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life that what I live. You know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Both connecting those in this country.
We are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Real TV and listening to Truth FM 96.1.
Real TV, True FM.
Real TV, True FM.
On Real TV.
Into Truth FM 96.1.
When it comes to communication in Liberia, Orange is number 1.
Orange is the best. Orange is the best. Oh, Orange is the best.
Orange is the best.
Strongest network, widest coverage.
Orange is the best.
Fastest internet speed.
Orange is the best.
People, Orange is the best. Yes, Orange is the best.
Company that's the Orange. Top number 1. Swing
Company is Orange. I don't got it best.
Orange will make you the telephone offer.
Reliable, trusted, and dependable.
Orange is about 7. Yeah, Orange is
Orange is the best.
It's all about what matters to you. Orange.